Hey everybody, I'm Mama Baird and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you what I picked up from my local food bank. Now, things here in America are a little rough. Our government has been shut down and it's going into the next month, and there's a lot of people who are not going to receive any of their SNAP, EBT, food stamp benefits. Now that is really scary for a lot of people, and one of the reasons I have my channel is to let everybody know that the food bank is meant for everybody in the community, not just the homeless or the destitute or the people who have zero food in their cabinets. It's for anybody who's struggling with the grocery bill who could use an extra hand. So please go to your local food bank. A lot of them might start getting really backed up due to the fact that people aren't going to be getting food stamps here in November. So you might have to wait longer and there may not be as much food, but there are other options. There's usually lots of food banks all around. You can call 211. That'll give you some information on where you can find food as well locally. So please reach out, please try and get yourself prepared for the fact that there may not be food stamps coming if you depend on those. My family is fortunate enough where we don't have government assistance. We're kind of like at that unfortunate part where we make too much to qualify for assistance, but not enough to actually live. So we struggle. So that's why we go to the food bank. So if my situation sounds like yours, please consider going to your local food bank. I live in Missoula, Montana, and I am going to be showing you what I picked up from mine. If you're new to the channel, my name is Carolina. Please like this video, hit that subscribe button. If you're not subscribed, press the notification bell. It'll let you know every time I post a new video. And if you don't mind leaving me a comment, even a heart, it really goes a long way. Thank you so much. All right, so enough jibber jabber. Let's see what I got. Now at mine, you're allowed to go once a week, so I went on a different day than I did last week, and I got different options. That's why I encourage you to go and get your share, because you never know what's going to be. If it's a little bit, it's going to help you through that week. If it's a lot of it, it's going to help you through that month, because you're going to be able to squirrel it away. So that's what I suggest you do, is if you can, take your limit and then use what you need or what's going to go bad, and then save the rest if you can. So let's start with bread. There's always lots of bread. So I haven't really had to buy bread very much at all because there's always tons of the food bank. Throw it in the freezer. I'm good until next week, So I got some hamburger buns. I got some of these ciabatta rolls. I thought that these looked really good. They're a lot softer than, I would say, like Costco ciabatta rolls. Those are a lot harder to eat as sandwiches. So these would make really good sandwiches, or garlic bread. I love garlic bread on ciabatta. So that was a nice find. And then I got a French loaf here. It's soft, it's just kind of hard and dense. So this will be fun to either make sandwiches, croutons, something like that. And then I got a nice good sandwich bread. Now for the little extra, they had some overnight oats and they had a dark chocolate sea salt. My best friend's husband loves these things, so I wonder if he has tried this one yet. So it's probably because it's past its best by date, August of 25. Now I have a whole series, there's only 2 in it so far, but I'm starting a whole series on using expired food. So I will have that video linked below if you've always been inquisitive about expiration dates, Now, I'm going to skip to the protein. Now, last week I got 17 pounds of chicken. So many different things. I was blown away at how much I got. This week, I was able to get 1 steak and some apples. They didn't have as many choices. So that's what I'm saying. Some weeks you get a lot. Some weeks you get 2 things, and that's okay. Every little bit helps. But that's why you never know what you're going to get. But this one, I got a filet mignon, and it is almost a whole pound, 0.8 of a pound, $21.99. That's a little crazy. So that's probably why no one bought it, right? But that's really nice to be able to turn into something, I don't know, almost a whole pound. We could probably stretch this for the whole family in some way, or maybe make something special. And then they had frozen apples. So last week they had a choice between this or 4 pounds of chicken breast, and I chose the chicken breast. But these were the apples that I was talking about, how they're kind of like wedged, These would make really good apple pie apples, so I'm thinking I might make an apple pie. This is 2.5 pounds. I'm not quite sure how many pounds go in an apple pie, but it's something we can figure out. And why not try and make apple pie? 'Tis the season. Might as well use it to make some content, And then I got half a gallon of 1% milk, 1 can of soda. So they were allowed 1 per household this time. Sometimes it's 1 per household member. Sometimes it's just 1 per household. So I was only able to pick 1 soda. And I got the lemon lime. I'm thinking, have you ever tried making a soda cake with just a can of soda, a box of cake mix, and I think like 1 egg, and it makes a soda cake? I think I'm going to try that with my 1 can of soda, you know. Otherwise, it's going to go to husband because the 3 kids will fight over it. They had lots of pineapple, like a pallet full of pineapple slices, so every family was allowed 2. So we got 2 of these. This might be because of the best by date. Nope, it's best if used by April of 2028. So these are not even close to being past their best by date. They either just got donated or they're not needed or what. So they could be damaged of some kind. So that was nice to get. And then I got 2 cans of mixed veggies. And something a little fun, they had sushi. Now they had ones with like the salmon on top. I'm not much of a sushi person, okay? Like I want to get into it. I just haven't really started it, I guess. Like I just get the sushi from the Chinese buffet, which I hear is not the same. But this one looks like it had like imitation crab meat in it. So I thought this would be the safe bet on getting this one, you see. So it's not. And then it looked like, it's called a caterpillar roll. And then it looked like this orange was sauce. But now that I get a little closer to it, it looks like it's fish eggs. So we'll see if this is still good. I have never picked up sushi from the food bank before, and I'm actually going to do a short on this. So I'm going to try this. I'm not going to do it in this video though. So if you haven't seen that short, check it out because I'm probably going to post it before this one. And I will try my food bank sushi. So we'll give that a try in another video. Lots of fruit. Oh, hold on. I also got some cheese. This is like the Velveeta cheese. So it looks such a generic white. It reminds me of, have you guys seen the show Lost? The Dharma Initiative, how everything's just white and generic. That's kind of what this reminds me of, community cheese, like, you know. And then we got some fruits and veggies. So I got a handful of tomatoes down here. This beautiful, I went yesterday, so this stuff is it's been in the fridge. But look at this, beautiful heads of Swiss chard. I'm looking forward to cooking these up. I've only cooked Swiss chard once before, and I treated it like it was kale, and it was really good. So I might do the same thing, but look at that. They say eat your colors, right? So gorgeous. So a beautiful thing of Swiss chard. And then they had lots of grapes, so every household was allowed a bag of grapes. And then you were also allowed a bag of lettuce. So this is romaine lettuce. They get these a lot from like Costco, their deli. If they don't get to make it everything in time, then they donate the old stuff to the food bank. So you can get like Costco prep stuff donated there too. It's pretty awesome. And then everybody was allowed a cantaloupe. They were all pretty beat up. So I grabbed one, even though it was kind of beat up. So that way if I slice it, and I can probably get some out of it to feed the kids, but if not, I got the chickens, so they would love fresh cantaloupe. And then for our sweet treat, we got an apple coffee cake. Last time we got a lemon one, and we were so good. So we're pretty excited about this apple one. Look at all that streusel. It's gonna be good. And that's everything I got in my food bank this week. So not in abundance. Sometimes, you know, I come here with cases and pounds and things. And sometimes I come here with just a couple of things. But no matter what, every little bit helps. And you never know what you can get. I love the variety and the challenge of cooking something new and trying to figure out what to do with stuff. I enjoy that, you know. And you got to be aware that you're not going to get many easy cooking stuff from the food bank. You're going to get mostly ingredients. So you have to be ready for that, and you have to be willing to learn how to cook with that stuff, how to cook with actual food, because that's a lot of the stuff that gets donated. So I would love to hear your guys' experience about your food banks. Let me know in the comments. Like I said, every food bank is different. You know, this is mine. I get to go shopping and pick out the ones that I want. Other ones you just pull up and they put stuff in your trunk and you get what you get. You have no idea till you drive away. You know, everyone is different. So let me know what yours is like. I'm going to get this put up, and then we are going to figure out something to make with the stuff that I received. But first, I'm going to try this sushi, so wish me luck. Ugh. Hey everybody, for dinner tonight, I'm going to be baking a pineapple upside down cake. So we're going to be using one of our pineapple slices we got. I happen to have a yellow cake mix we are going to use, and I'm going to use the soda with the cake to make it. So that's what we are going to do for dessert. I have a 1/4 cup of butter here. We're going to put this in the oven there just for like 2 minutes to melt it. All right, while that is going, I'm also going to be making some mac and cheese for dinner. But let's go ahead and get this cake mix going while that butter melts. Lemon would probably also be good. I've never really done soda cakes before, but I hear they're good, so why not? I saw one that was chocolate and root beer, and I was like, oh, I bet that would be good. Look at that beautiful cake mix. All right, now we're gonna do 1 cup of brown sugar, kind of spread out around the butter. I have light brown sugar, but dark will work too.
Are we gonna buy any pre-sale tickets?
All right, we're gonna open this can of pineapple. Now, normally you would save the juice to mix with your cake mix, but since we did the soda trick, we didn't need to save the juice. Look at that, though. Oh, it's so good. Love pineapple juice. And then put them around. There we go. Look at that. 1 can was perfect. I poured the juice out. This is also really good for that, plus Sprite would make a nice limeade, you know.
A few moments later.
And now we pour the cake over the top. All right, we're gonna bake this for 20 minutes and then we'll check it at 350. While we wait for our cake to bake, we are gonna make some mac and cheese. I have some par-cooked bacon bits here from my peppered bacon I got before. I had grounded it up and then cooked it most of the way. It's still vacuum sealed really well. Look at that. We're gonna add half of it. I think this is a 1 cup portion. And then we're also gonna add some butter as well. And we're gonna make a roux for our sauce. We are gonna be using evaporated milk. We are gonna be using our American processed cheese we got. I also am still working through some sharp cheddar, very, very sharp cheddar. So we're going to put some of that in there. I also have some chicken tenders left over from last week that we're going to put in the air fryer. And that's going to be the protein on top. It's like fried chicken mac and cheese. So kind of like a bacon chicken mac and cheese. Sort of where we're going. I got flour here for my roux. Yeah, and then I still have a couple of green onions, so I'm going to put those on top. And then I might even do like buffalo sauce. And I have a little bit of blue cheese left over from some burgers I made. So I might even put buffalo sauce and blue cheese on top of husbands and I's. All right, but let's get this all melty-delty. That's melting. cut up our cheese. I'm probably just gonna use half of it. Alright. Aw, man. I cut the cheese. Yeah. Alright, let's put this in a Ziploc. Alright, let's save that for another time. Alright, we're starting to get some meltage now. Now, if you don't have or want to use this cheese, just use cheddar cheese, Munster cheese, any kind of cheese you like. This does make pretty gooey, creamy mac and cheese though. Alright, that's all the cheese cutting I'm going to do at the moment. Let's get these cans of evaporated milk open. It's looking pretty good. The bacon just needed to get crispified a little more, which is why I added it in at this point. If you have bacon already cooked, then just save it to the end and then mix it in, you know. Alright, let's add about 1/3 of a cup of flour. Alright, now the bacon has absorbed all that flour, so it looks like there's like nothing in there, but it's just coating the bacon. Same thing happens if you're making like a sausage gravy and you leave your sausage in there. It just all absorbs in there. So we're just still gonna let this cook, and it'll still kind of cook out that flour taste. I keep sipping my pineapple juice. Good stuff. Alrighty, let's go ahead and add in our evaporated milk. 1 and 2. You could also add some water in here if you feel like it's too much, but this usually makes it super creamy. So we're gonna let that come to a boil a bit and bubble, and that'll thicken it up, and then we'll start adding in the cheese. Alright, evaporated milk, thickening up. So let's start putting in our cheese. Just do a little bit at a time so you don't bring the temperature of the sauce down too much. And let's add in some of the sharp cheddar. Probably about 1/2 cup. Alright, let's add a little bit more. Alright, now we haven't seasoned this at all at this point because I wanted to get all the flavors in there, the bacon, butter, evaporated milk, and now we got the cheeses in there. So we're gonna, once it's all melted and combined, we'll give it a taste. I'm guessing it's gonna need salt. I don't think it's gonna need pepper because that was peppered bacon. Now it's getting kind of thick. So you could always add some water since that was evaporated milk, or add some milk to thin it out. That's your preference. I think I'm fine with it being thick and goopy. Just keep whisking, just keep whisking. Just keep whisking till the cheese is all melted. Just keep whisking, we're good. Oh, looks pretty good. That's good. Salt. Alright, that's all I'm gonna add. And then I have some macaroni noodles here that I cooked. The reason they're red is because I cooked them in seasoning salt. I have a big thing of seasoning salt that I just don't cook with. I don't like using it to mix in with stuff. But I needed salt for my pasta, and I'm like, why not? So I mixed the red seasoning salt in with this, and there we go. Got red pasta. But it's seasoned. I was lucky, I just kind of eyeballed that. So that was 1 pound of elbow macaroni that I had cooked up. And then we used 2 cans of evaporated milk. So that's kind of your reference. There we go. Oh my gosh. Look at that. All right, I gotta go give husband a bite, see what he thinks. All right, the kids are out playing, so I'm gonna make husband and I's first. All right, here's our chicken tenders. Heated them up in the air fryer. These are the ones from last week. One of you guys said that they look like Chick-fil-A, which I've never had Chick-fil-A tenders, so you'll have to let me know. They are very sweet. Is Chick-fil-A's tenders kind of sweet? All right, let's do 3. All right, I got some Louisiana hot sauce, a little bit of it left. We'll put some of that over our chicken. And then just some of our bacon kind of crumbled up on top. Presentation, you know. All right, and then blue cheese as well. Still working through this one bag. Almost done. All right, and the last thing. And there we go. Buffalo chicken, bacon, blue cheese, mac and cheese. Ooh, I'm gonna try a bite. If my dog will let me, he's all on the floor waiting for me to drop stuff. So that was pretty thick cheese. Not complaining, I'm just stating. We eating good tonight. All right, we got 3.5 minutes. And then I'll check on the cake. Meantime, All right, guys, the cake is out. Done. Took about 25 minutes. Now, it's hot. We are going to flip it over there. Whew, you ready? Wish me luck. 1, 2, 3. Flip. Oh. I think it did it. Oh my gosh, that just looks awful. Oh, just awful. It did move a little bit when I dropped it, but it's okay. Just put it up there. Try to kind of keep it level. All right, and now we gotta let it cool. I mean, we could eat it while it's hot, but not recommended. Ain't this just the most darn little pineapple upside down cake your eyes ever did see? How do you like my southern accent? Is it good? No? All right, I'll stop. All right, guys, so that's what we're having. This is gonna cool down. I'm gonna wrap it up. We'll try this tomorrow. What do you guys eat it hot? I think I'd like it better cooled down though. And then I gotta serve the kids dinner, and that's it. That's what we're having. So we'll see you tomorrow, and we'll give this cake a try. Hey, good morning, everybody. The cake has cooled down, and I thought we would give it a try. I just put the cover back over it to keep it from having things in it. Well, yes, I already had to feed the husband a little corner. He says it's good. But I want to give it a try, so let's try it. It just looks so pretty. Have you guys tried a soda cake before? I would love to know. What do you think? Maybe not quite as thick as a normal pineapple upside down cake. That tastes good. The cake is moist, not too sweet. Oh yeah. You guys gotta give this a try. If you've made it this far in the video, please make sure to leave me a purple heart in the comments. And once again, if you are needing help, please go to your local food bank. A lot of them are setting up Thanksgiving boxes, and already some of them you have to pre-register for. So if you are one of the people who are needing help, please consider going. I do have information listed down below if you need a place to start looking for them. There's no shame in going to your food bank. People are going to need food banks more than ever now, so don't be embarrassed to go. If you have a comment about it, let's keep it nice, keep it clean. You know, these are people's lives. These are kids and our elderly going hungry. So this is not a joking matter. This is very serious, and I'm concerned for a lot of people out there. So if you're somebody where if you actually you never know if someone's on SNAP. Let's say if you know if someone's on there and not getting it, see if you can help out, if you can have extra food that you can maybe give them, but you don't always know. So if you're somebody and you've never told any of your friends that you're on Snap or anything and you don't know and you need help, you know, talk to your friends. The power of friendship and the community and people wanting to help each other, you know, it's real and it is out there. So reach out for help if you need it. I would love to hear more information and personal experience from you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll catch you next time on Mama Bears.